closing celebration dinner with somebody yesterday. I helped them list their house this last summer. I turned them down to help them buy a house in 2015. Like literally, I didn't say no, but I remember the conversations and they were like trying to give me business, and I just didn't feel worthy. You know, I was so intimidated by them, and I didn't feel like I was worthy of helping them buy that house. And I didn't realize it at the time. I only realize it now looking back. So I do think being open for referrals is a big part of endless referrals. The other part about being open to receive referrals is to give referrals. So if you want endless referrals, give endless referrals. And that means have an outgoing referral goal. So every week I try to give 3 to 5 outgoing referrals. And you'll be amazed. When you start tracking them, you give lots of referrals. You give lots of value out there. But it's like love. Referrals are like love. You want love? Give love. You want more love? Give more love. You want endless love? Give endless love. And it's the same with referrals. And I know this sounds trite, but I promise you, if you just set the goals and start opening your eyes to opportunities to add value by giving referrals, you will find really cool opportunities to do that. And when you start connecting people to friends and jobs and lovers, they will remember you and appreciate you. You know, so be somebody that's doing that, but then be open to receiving it. So, you know, I hear a lot of weird talk about, you know, oh, that was so easy, I didn't deserve that, or, you know, this is just coming too easily for me, this should be harder. And a lot of that will block you from receiving the true abundance that's available to you. So for me, again, this was an inside job. This was not anything any speaker could teach me. I had to spend a lot of time deciding that I was worthy to receive all this business. And that's worked out really well for me. The last thing I'll say about, that I think is really important about referrals is character, competence, and communication are the 3 factors about whether or not you're going to be endlessly referable. To me, character is all about this, in the beginning, the immediate character. So, in other words, are you on time is the #1 determination about whether or not you will be referred. So if I'm meeting with somebody and I'm going to be, my rule is I'm going to be more than 60 seconds late. They get a text that says, I'm running 2 minutes late, I'm running 4 minutes late. GPS says 8 minutes late and I got to park. Whatever it is, I let somebody know every single time. And you know, it's pretty rare. And I have a really big time problem. I believe I can get anywhere in about 10 minutes if I drive fast enough. You know? My favorite game is to watch the GPS camera go backwards, you know? And it's just terrible. So, but I've worked really hard on that because it says a lot about your character. Do what you say you're going to do. So when I finish lunch with you and I ask you, hey, what are you working on right now that I can help with? And you tell me about some problem you have, and I go, oh my gosh, so-and-so that I know from so-and-so just wrote a book about that. Let me get that book to you. Get the book to them. So doing what you say you're going to do is a huge part of character. Competence, we all mostly have. I mean, you know, 90% of the agents out there are pretty darn competent at buying and selling houses and doing what they're supposed to be doing. But if you can raise that level to a higher level, if you can be super competent, it'll help your referrals, right? And communication is a big one. So when you get a referral from somebody, thank them by phone, by card, by email, whatever you can. Take them out to lunch and thank them. Thank them in a big way, whatever you need to do, but thank them. Don't wait to find out if you hear from the person. Don't wait to find out if you connect with the person. Don't wait to find out if you're in their business. Thank them right away. That's a really, really, really big part of my referral process. So thank them right away. Let them know how important it is. When that person refers somebody to you, thank them, but thank the original person. And what I do is a great referral retrace. It's really cool. So Allison refers Scott to me. Scott sells his house with me. I call up Allison and I say, hey, thanks again for referring Scott to me. We're listing Scott's house this week. Here's a link to the website we created for his house. Would you mind sharing it on your social media and with people you know? I'd love to do the best job I can for Scott. Scott sells his house. Scott refers me Sophia. I list Sophia's house. We put it on the market. I call Scott and I say, thanks for referring Sophia to me. Here's a link to her listing. Would you mind sending it out? Blah, 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 blah. Then I call Allison. Allison, remember when you referred Scott to me? Well, he referred Sophia to me. And sometimes it's fun just to go, hey, thanks for referring Sophia to me. To go, who's Sophia? Well, remember when you referred Scott to me? Well, Scott referred Sophia to me. Hey, would you do me a favor? Would you mind sharing her stuff? And I go through the same thing. And I'll do it as many, and sometimes it's really cool, because you have like, you can imagine, we've all got those referral trains that are just endlessly paying us. You'll sometimes make 8 phone calls. But now you're doing a great job for the person you're selling the house for, and you're reminding each of them how you live and die by those referrals. And that's probably, that great referral retrace is another super awesome nugget that's helped me build my business. It sounds kind of awkward. You get really good at it, and you take it from the perspective of, hey, I've got a house to sell, and I want as many people to know as possible, and they want to help, you know, when you ask them to help. So that's a super fun way to do it.
Well, we have just a few minutes, and before we close out, I want to see if anyone has a specific question that you would like to ask. Yes?
I do. So we were out to dinner Saturday night with past clients who've become friends. And all of a sudden she's saying, yeah, my sister-in-law is selling her house, which is probably about 1.5 because she doesn't like being out in Aurora. And they're going to be, she wants to move closer to her husband's work. And they're probably going to buy them. And I'm like, hello. And I go, Keisha, I would love to help them. And she's like, oh, my sister-in-law has the worst personality and is so antisocial. I didn't think you'd want to work with them. I mean, how?
A couple of things. One, they're not past clients, if they're alive. Past clients are clients that have passed, right?
Touche.
So, you know, and I say that all the
They're
time.
very much
but
alive.
they're not
Because I
past
don't
clients.
wanna know.
They're clients, right? So keep that in mind, because I think when we do that and make that distinction about, oh, the transaction's over and now they move on to,
Well, I think they
we're
have
just making
moved
that
on
clear.
from client to friend.
Well, friend is
They
great.
really have.
Yeah, then that's great, clients and friends. So, and then the other thing is, I do think for the people that are really close to you and that really want to support your business, it's great to have a real conversation with them about how this business actually looks, because people don't understand. And so I really help them, I kind of teach them about what I'm great at, maybe I also tell them what I'm mediocre at. You know, I'll tell them I have an incredible listing package. Most agents can help you find a house as well as I can. And then maybe I can negotiate a little better. So I'll kind of tell them what I'm good at, what I'm mediocre at. And I'll tell them what I'm looking for in a client. But if I'm really hungry, and I'll say, look, let me be the judge of whether we can work together or not, because I specialize in difficult people, you know, and I love that. Just be careful, because I said that and attracted some difficult people in my life. So be careful what you ask for. Anybody else?
We need those to remain humble.
Any other questions?
So everybody has kind of a different take on this, but do you ask for referrals? Ever?
So there's one time that I'll ask for a referral. Any time that I get a really big compliment, and you know, it happens, if you're doing a great job, you get it quite a bit. Thank you so much, I can't believe that. I had clients, a listing, we got an offer for them, and they're like, yes, take it. And I said, great, we'll take it. And I just called the agent, I said, can you make another 10 grand? She's like, sure. And it was so easy that we got another 10 grand for him, and I called him and said, we got another 10 grand. And they were just amazed, right? And it went on and on and on. I said, please just don't keep me a secret. It's something what I'll say. And sometimes, but very rarely will I say, who do you know that needs to, it just doesn't work for me, it doesn't roll off my tongue. So I ask for referrals about meeting people that are cool. You know, who do you know that I should know? But I very rarely directly ask for a referral. It's just a natural, it's more about being ready to receive the referral. And so if you're doing a great job at adding value, the cool thing is you rarely have to ask for a referral. Now, I'm also a certified referral trainer for Michael Mayer's 7L, the 7 Levels of Communication. And he does have a process, another great book, 7L. And he has a process in there about kind of asking for a referral. So there are trainers that would totally disagree with me. But for me personally, it just doesn't feel right. But I'll ask it directly if they give a big compliment. I'll say, thanks, please keep me in mind. But to be honest, I can't think of many times when that's really happened anyway. Right? The referrals come from just a natural outpouring. The other thing that's really important to know is you will have people in your community that give you great value and that you adore and that absolutely think you're the best ever, that will never give you a referral. Because some people just don't give referrals. So it is another key thing is, and Vonda has, at your list and in our list, in our community, we have top people. So I have certain people that give referrals like clockwork. I have one guy who gave me over 6 figures of GCI last year in referrals. So you better believe that he gets a few things different from me than everybody else does. That's just, it's the business he's in, and it's the way he operates. And so I do think, what I like to do is add a ton of value, water that fruit tree, but once in a while you get a huge apple out of one of the trees, and you just don't know where it's going to be though. So don't prejudge it. Just let it be what it's going to be.
You had mentioned that you had some processes to build your relationships. What's like your biggest, the best process that you've implemented?
To add in numbers or to go deeper with people?
What's it? I guess my initial is to go deeper with people.
So time. So spending time with people. So what I really like to do is to spend time with people one-on-one. And some people I'm riding horses with. Some people, but I'm a lunch guy. So I lunch for a living, literally. I worry if the IRS saw how much I spend on meals versus most agents, I'm probably going to get audited because I spend a lot of time on meals. But so for me, that's that. But then once we've done lunch a couple times and we start to build a relationship, then we start to get to know each other better. And within moments, I'm inviting them. They get tagged as a nonprofit person because they care about nonprofit stuff. So then when I buy a table at an event, then they get invited to that event where they meet other people. And now they're starting to know my circle of friends. And so, and then, if I'm doing an event at my house, having somebody at your house is a really big way to build a relationship, if you're comfortable with that. It took me a while. But, so it's about seeing them in different avenues and doing different things with them. Inviting them to take a class with you would be another. But getting vulnerable is a big deal. Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. Has anybody read that book? That will be another book. If you need to work on being vulnerable and building greater relationships, that's another great book to read. Or watch her TED Talk. And I'm happy that Chelsea put that.
So I think we're kind of to our time. So before you guys all leave though, you may have another question, or maybe what would be helpful would be just more of a personal one-on-one talk. And so you'll see on your survey that if there's anything that I talked about or Grant talked about that you're like, ooh, I want some more information on that, and I'd really like to ask questions specific to my business, just check off, a strategic call. Grant would be very happy to have a call with you, and you guys could talk about how you could implement these things in a more specific way in your business, or if there are anything, the events that I've talked about, or any of the systems that we use, and I'll send you a copy of, our 10 by 10, whatever it is that you would like to use. Whenever we're trying to create something, I'll always ask, well, who has one? And then we can build it from there. So we're not just starting from scratch, right? And so anything that we do that could help you, we're happy to share. So just check that off if you'd like to talk more about that. And please hand these in before you leave today. And we do have a drawing.
But we need business cards.
Oh,
Sorry,
we need business cards. Okay, we have these signed books of the Go Giver. And yes, please go ahead and put your business card in the box. And I'd also like to introduce you guys, Bryson. Bryson's part of the Uphouse team. I'd love for you guys to get to meet him before you go. Oh, thank you.
Everybody's back in school. Trying to get some business. Yeah.
Are we gonna do it right now?
I know, because I don't. Okay, did we get everybody's card?
Because I know we've got 6.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is really cool. Bob Bird signed your book. So we have 2 copies. Grant brought these. Thank you, Grant. Do you want to draw?
No, go ahead, Julianne.
All right, well, here we go. We have Ed Weaver. Jay Ed.
I was just telling Jake, I always win these things.
Well, I'm attracted.
I guess that's why he wins. He
Here's
says
the
he's
second
going
one. That's right.
to. And also, Deb Fuel. Oh, there you are. Congratulations. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Sorry, I hope you again.